So, Ragiroth do.
Ragiroth Enterprises.
How's it going, everybody? Rich from Ragiroth Enterprises here. So today I want to do another top 10 video. This one's more for fun, I guess, than speculation. Just top 10 characters I would like to create when Soul Calibur 6 comes out. Now, first of all, I know, like, create a character, I guess their movesets are kind of based on who makes it in the game. And, I mean, I think most of us know every character, or at least style, is not going to make the game, or at least the base roster. But I'm just going to do kind of hypothetical and just say, what if everyone came back, base roster and DLC. And of course, I'm going to be counting, the one new character we're kind of aware of, as I call him, Purple Darth Maul, or her, him or her. I think it's mostly a guy, but anyway, I'm somewhat picky about, what characters I'd like to create based on what weapon styles are in the game. I take some liberties, but I made a top 10 list of characters I'd most like to create. I'm trying to build some characters I've never created before, so they're probably most of them are probably more so newer characters, at least to me, or maybe characters I never thought of creating Soul Calibur 5 before, but they'll probably mostly be newer characters, maybe characters we weren't able to create. Okay, and I didn't do any honorable mentions because it was a little hard to kind of think of 10 characters I'd like to create that I've never created before, so just giving you a heads up now. Number 10, Captain Phasma from the new Star Wars series. Captain Phasma is actually one of the few characters that you could create that doesn't use a lightsaber. She actually never used a physical weapon until the most recent movie, Star Wars The Last Jedi. So the clear thing to give her would be Kilik style, Kilik style, with a staff, assuming, he comes back and he has a staff. I'm pretty sure he is. He's not going to be the mimic character anymore. Just make that bad boy silver, assuming you can still change the colors of the weapons, hopefully. And yeah, basically good to go with Captain Phasma. I always really liked her. She's really cool. I wish she got more screen time. I guess in terms of making what she looked like, probably gonna take some liberties there because she's like a sci-fi character with all this sci-fi high-tech armor, but it's like a medieval fantasy past game. So probably gonna take some liberties there. Probably gonna think more about what if she or what if stormtroopers were around back then. So probably more of a samurai kind of armor, something like that, or maybe a knight armor. Be kind of cool, honestly. Kind of like how they had kind of the samurai version of Darth Vader. So anyway, alright, on to number 9. Number 9 is Jedha from Darkstalkers. I don't know why I never thought of creating Jedha before. He's one of my favorite Capcom characters. I guess maybe because he'd be hard to make just because of his, like, horns things. I don't know if it was alphabet hard. Obviously, the only weapon you can really give him is Scythe, Zasanel's weapon of choice. And just a heads up, so a lot of these weapons are probably going to be similar choices just because of the characters I like, but still. I love to make Jedha. I think, the probably most difficult thing is just his, like, kind of headpiece. Hopefully, be able to be like a new set of, like, a head armor that'll sort of resemble, Jedha's horns or whatever. I'm sure there's a jacket that'll fit for his outfit, something like that. Of course, now I have that alternate for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite based off it too, but I feel like his first design would probably be more practical anyway. Okay, so for number 8. Okay, this is one I kind of had a hard time deciding with. I stuck between 4 characters from Ruby. Ruby herself, Ren, Weiss, and Blake. Oh, I guess you could also throw Emerald in there too. I didn't want to know who to decide between them two, and I didn't really want to fill out with too many Ruby characters. Ruby, obviously, Zasanel, Scythe. Ren, I actually didn't really know. My friend James actually suggested you could use a Maxi Nunchucks. It's pushing it a little bit, but I think it works, especially with his kind of martial arts kind of style. Weiss, Raphael, Sick Rapier, duh. Blake, I would say either Ivy with a whip or, yeah, I think it has to be Ivy because no one really uses a sword in the way she uses a sword unless, again, there's another new character that fights like her. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Blake's my favorite member of Team Ruby, so I'd like to make her, but she's really tricky fighting style to figure out. For Emerald, considering her and Red use such similar weapons, I would say nunchucks for her as well. Okay, number 7. Nosferatu Zod from Berserk. Now the reason I'm not putting Guts, Griffith, or Femto on it is because I actually recently made Guts in both Soul Calibur 3 and 5, and I actually made Griffith and his Femto form in Soul Calibur 5 as well. You can be sure I'm going to create them in Soul Calibur 6, but again, I'm trying to go for characters I've never made before. And I would personally rather make Skull Knight than Zod, but it's considering we've barely even seen Skull Knight fight, and I guess his, always being on the horse, is having that kind of smaller sort of straight sword. It'd be hard to figure out a fighting style for him. Zod, I think, would be pretty cool. I think I would give me either Cervantes' fighting style or Aeon's fighting style. I'm leaning more towards Aeon just because it's a lot more bestial. I'm trying to remember what Zod. I know he uses two weapons. I just forget if they're swords or if one's an axe. I think it could go either way. I think weapon-wise, Cervantes would make more sense, but style-wise, Aeon would make more sense. And I don't think he'd be too hard to create. I guess maybe his face. He's a pretty big guy, but otherwise, his outfit's nothing really that crazy. Alright, so then number 6, Ayane from The Dead or Alive or Ninja Gaiden series. I don't know why I've never made Ayane before. I guess I never really thought of the Ninja Gaiden version of her. She uses kind of dual knives. One reason I don't want to really have Ryu Hayabusa on here is just because I feel like if he's in the game, he would just use the katana. And him and Ayane have been fighting games before, and they've both been in other games. I guess I just thought of her because of Warrior All-Stars. And I guess it's like with her, I feel like, having her use dual knives, it's like she's never really used another weapon. And obviously, she would get Taki's moveset, of course. Who else? Yeah, it would be cool to use Ayane, the Ninja Gaiden version of her, as opposed to the Dead or Alive version of her where she just punches and kicks. I'm saying with Ryu, but again, I just feel like they're just kind of give him the Dragon Sword, which I feel like we already have some katana users in Soul Calibur already. I wouldn't say no to him though. But yeah, I think she'd be relatively easy to make her outfit. Her leather outfit, but I think she wouldn't be that hard to make. I mean, she has multiple outfits, a ton of outfits to work with. So yeah. Okay, number 5. Oh, okay. Goku Black. Now, I know it's stretching it a little bit because, Goku Black, he forms weapons. He forms a little, arm blade, like a scimitar. But I mostly after, of course, would be the scythe. I know he's only used it very briefly in the series. The fact he made one means he can use it. And I know, it's more of an ephemeral scythe than like an actual physical scythe that probably exhausts the moment he makes it back, he used. But you never know. Even though this is the case where I'd be willing to push it a bit, be a bit more flexible. I think his outfit would be pretty easy to make. I would probably make him be the rose form where he's got the pink Super Saiyan hair. That might be kind of tough, unless they pull a Mortal Kombat Armageddon and they have accessories from popular anime and stuff. Because I know they have Goku's hair, I think they have Cloud's hair, maybe they have Sekal's hair or something, maybe, and that as well. So unless they do something like that, I don't know if they would. But I think Goku Black would be kind of cool. I get to play those fighting games already, but even still, he's one of the only few DBZ characters to use a weapon. Okay, so number 4. Fit that far already? Damn. Yeah, number 4. Crow from Ruby. Crow's one of my favorite characters from Ruby. So yeah, that's why he's a little higher than the other ones I put, and I definitely had to add more here. I think he'd be relatively sort of easy-ish to make. The only thing is like his outfit. It's not super modern, but it's also not super like in the past either. For what weapon I could give him, there's actually a few options because he is basically a weapon with multiple modes. I would say either probably either Siegfried, if I'm using the big sword. You know, his swords are not that big. Or of course the Zasamel Scythe for Scythe mode. Yeah, it's enough for Cry. You're definitely cool to make, especially because I might not be getting them played with the cross tag battle now because I'm in full Team Ruby can make the base roster. It's a rant for another time. But anyway, alright, so number 3, Haseo from Dot Hack series. I'm actually not that I'm just sort of recently kind of getting into Dot Hack. Like I know it was always kind of around. I was kind of interested. I never got that into it. And I've always been interested in Haseo. I always thought he was a pretty cool character. And I recently got the Dot Hack G Recode for Christmas. And you know, it would be cool to use him in a fighting game. And actually, it turns out there was actually a Dot Hack fighting game, but it was only released, I think, with this special thing that, of course, only Japan got. It was made by CC2. You know, the company makes Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. They actually make the Dot Hack games. So that'd be cool to actually, sort of be able to use him in a fighting game. You know, he's a pretty cool character. I think you could. I mean, like, yeah, his armor is a bit kind of stylized, but I think you could still maybe kind of work with that in Soul Calibur. The cool thing with him, there's actually a couple options. Either A, give him kind of the Darth Maul guy's moveset, purple Darth Maul guy's moveset, you know, where he can, especially if the rumor's true, where he can actually separate the blades. Because Haseo does use dual blades, but I think he also uses them together as well, I think. So that works perfectly for him. Or, of course, recurring theme, I know, he could use the Zasamel Scythe. Alright, so yeah, that's number 2. Oh, no, my bad. That's number 3. Alright, so 2, if you see my top 10 most wanted guest character list for Soul Calibur 6, you should probably have seen this coming. It's 2B from Nier Automata. Now, I'd want to put her number 1, but I think the thing is with her, there's just not a clear moveset I can think to give her. Even though, yeah, I know she uses a katana, she uses a big sword, uses gauntlets. Just because of the way her moves are done, I don't really know if there's one way I could give her, I could do her totally justice. I would say I would give her either Mitsurugi style. If Helldae's in the game, give her that style. If Salmina's in the game, give her that style because of spears. Siegfried, I think could work. Probably not Nightmare. If there is a, I guess, bracer, because I know like the names of the gloves or gauntlets were called bracers, or someone used moves like that. Yeah, I mean that's about it. So I mean maybe Yoshima, no, not Yoshima. So yeah, I'd say either Mitsurugi, Siegfried, or Helldae, I think would work the most for 2B. I think she'd be somewhat easy to make, because even though she's like a freaking robot, and I mean like yeah, her outfit is kind of sort of modern, like goth Lolita or whatever. I think I could still see her looking like someone from an earlier time period, like in Soul Calibur. So, alright, so for number 1 spot is, I basically kind of spoiled this already after in the video, if you listen closely, and this is probably what a lot of people want to make, but Darth Maul from Star Wars series. First character you think of when you think of someone with like using a double-bladed sword is Darth Maul. Regardless of what you thought about episode 1, first character I can think of is Darth Maul. I've never heard of anyone using a double-bladed sword until Phantom Menace came out. Darth Maul is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, it's like, yeah, you probably aren't going to replicate him, the character, using a lightsaber, just because of being fantasy as opposed to sci-fi. There might be an ephemeral sword for maybe this new character. I don't know, maybe there will be. Even if not, it's like, just make it a red sword. I'd make the trail effect, assuming we can still do that. Make that red as well. Boom. His outfit, I think, would be very easy. His face pattern, the horns, that might be kind of tough. I don't know, maybe with, the stickers and all that, and the patterns, and, putting things like, you could probably make it work. Knowing that, you could always just put a hood on him, and just Darth Maul needs the hood on. But no, I think, Darth Maul's a really cool character. I've liked him since I was a kid, and it would be cool to use him in a fighting game. I mean, like, yeah, he could be a guest character like Vader and them, but I didn't even think of that happening, to be honest. I'm like, someone like 2B. So I kind of think he'd just be a cool character to create. I think if there was another Star Wars, if there was a Star Wars guest, it would probably be Rey and or Kylo Ren. It wouldn't be Darth Maul. They're gonna pick someone a little more relevant. And I would actually have said Kylo Ren. It's just that there's not really someone with like a cross-bladed sword, funnily enough, just a standard cross-bladed sword that isn't like huge or something. But I think that's about it. It's just a little list I made for fun. Just talk about some ideas, maybe think of things I would want to create, maybe spark some ideas of things you guys would like to create. Definitely let me know if you agree with any of these choices. Do you want to make some of them? What are some characters you want to make? Again, don't think of who will make it in the game. Just think of the possibilities from past entries. What could be in the game at base or DLC. Don't forget to check out market art in the description below. And as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.